and not a crime. Yet for many of us, our identities have become an interrogation. We are not asked who we are, rather what we might be. And this is not a question. This is fear disguised as logic. In Solar's Legend, verse 38, it says, "No soul bears the burden of another. Yet we are forced to carry crimes we never committed, violence we never supported, history we did not write."
Let's talk about belief without fear, without drama. There is a verse in the Quran, Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse 32, that states, "Whoever kills an innocent soul, it is as though they have killed all of humanity." That sentence alone should end the argument. History even gives us a clear example. And Hitler committed mass murders while claiming to be Christian. Yet everyone agreed to say that all Christians are just because of his actions. When people blame faith rather than individuals, they are not being careful, they are being dishonest. Crime is not belief, violence is not culture, and extremism is not humor. Now, imagine being a girl. Imagine wearing a hijab. Before you speak, you are judged. Before you act, you are assumed. And suddenly, the hijab becomes more of a label than a choice, more of a warning sign than a value.
And now the girl is targeted twice. Once for where she's from, and again for how she looks. Not because she's dangerous, but because she's simply visible. The real damage is not to adults, it is to children. Children who grow up believing their lives are suspicious. Children who learn that society already fears them. Children who shape themselves to feel safe. And there's a warning about this too in Surah Al-Ma'idah verse 8 that says, "Do not let the hatred of the people cause you to act unjustly. Because injustice doesn't disappear, it multiplies."
This is not personality. This is resistance.
I refuse to inherit guilt for violence I did not commit.
I refuse to allow our guilt hard wounds into children.
I refuse to let them speak the truth. I am not your headline, I am not your adoption, I am not a joke.
That girl who opened her phone, she closed the app. But the questions still remain, and that is why we are here.
So the next child doesn't have to laugh through the pain. So the next person in the job doesn't have to explain their existence. The next generation is judged for their character, not their stereotype. And there's one final reminder in Surah Al verse 13 that says, "The most honored amongst you are those of integrity, not tribe, not religion, not history, character." Until we see people believe, this life is not optional. Because that is protected life, and today I will be the Messiah. Thank you.
Red beans are being silent. Zeda, we refuse to be silent.
Elder, thank you very much. Now a little performance this time from one of our students, Akinyele. Beautiful performance, Akinyele Akinbeyin, the 8th student. To still do a beautiful piece and share with us his journey so far. So let's welcome Akinyele Akinbeyin. Akinbeyin. Akinyele Akinbeyin.
Thank you. Very inspiring. Wow, every note I play brings my perspective. Well done, Avi-Cenna. Kimberly. That's really awesome. And we have many more Kimberlys in the house, yes. And this is a platform for everyone I know sitting up there, who's engaged in the choir, in the band. Even in TEDx, TEDx allows us to play a beautiful piece. Okay, and share it on TEDx. You can do drama, you can do a lot more. So some TED editions are going to be slightly different. Every time we have TEDx, we're going to learn new things. A little bit of drama, a little bit of song, just like we have done in this edition. So the next week we have a very powerful speaker coming up. This is his first appearance, and I personally am looking forward to watching him speak on TEDx. So sit back and enjoy. Let's welcome Beer Empty Gabriel. Allow me to paint a picture in each and every one of your minds. Imagine you're at home. You walk into your bathroom, you close the door behind you, and take a seat down on your toilet, finally letting out a massive sigh of pure relief. But it is in that exact, deeply vulnerable moment that you realize you left your phone in the kitchen. Suddenly, a cold wave of panic hits you. You're sitting there thinking, oh no. I mean, what am I supposed to do with my hands? What am I supposed to look at? Am I going to stare at a wall? Your eyes dart across the counter, looking for absolutely anything to stimulate your minds. And before you know it, you're leaning forward, reading the chemical ingredients on the back of a shampoo bottle. You're reading it like sodium lauryl sulfate. But your brain, out of pure hunger and boredom, translates it to sodium monosulfate. You don't know what any of those terms meant, but it doesn't matter. You're reading it like it's a gripping New York Times bestseller thriller. Because the alternative, staying alone in your own thoughts,
for 5 minutes. Terrifying. I mean, absolutely terrifying. We all laugh because it's true. We live in an era where boredom has officially become an endangered species. Every time that there's a gap in our daily routine, we plug it. We scroll, we swipe, we listen to podcasts in 1.5 times speed. Because God forbid a human being should experience a moment in real time. We've treated boredom as a vacancy to be filled, a symptom of an unproductive life, an enemy to be destroyed. But today, I'm here to make a radical case for the opposite. I believe that our collective inability to be bored is quietly starving our creativity, fracturing our empathy, and fundamentally changing the architecture of our minds. By trying to kill and wear away all sorts of boredom, did you actually realize that you're taking all of your best ideas along with it? A few months ago, I experienced a modern tragedy. Now hold on, don't gasp, nobody got hurt, and it's not like my house burned down or anything. Matter of fact, I believe something far worse happened. My phone died. And to make matters even worse, this happened on the day of a 2 hour training. 2 hours without a phone, a laptop, or an emergency podcast. Just me, my train ticket, and 2 hours of what seemed to be empty space. For the first 20 minutes, I had no clue on what to do with my eyes. In 2026, making accidental eye contact with a stranger on the train is basically considered a social crime. So you can imagine, I was stressed. But to be quite frank with you all, I didn't have to deal with that issue. Because almost every single person on that train was staring intensely into a glowing 5 minute cycle. I mean, I felt like the only sentence being left in that moment. With absolutely nothing else to do, I watched things down the windows. I watched telephone poles are passed. I watched train tracks across the railway. And after about that 20 minutes of intense and uncomfortable agitation, my mind had finally settled. It stopped fighting the fire. I started noticing things. I noticed the peculiar rhythm of the train tracks. I finally daydreamed about a childhood summer vacation, something I was able to do years before that moment. My mind didn't find an answer while I was actively grinding away at the desk. No. And it found it when it finally took a step back and gave it the time and space it needed to find that answer. As it turns out, there's a profound neurological reason for this. Neuroscientists have a beautiful name for what happens to our minds when it's idle. They call it the default mode network. The exact moment that you stop focusing on an external task like scrolling on your phones, this very network lights up like a Christmas tree. And right about now, you might be sitting there thinking, oh, okay, kid, hold your horses. Why do I care about fancy textbook phrase like the default mode network? Well, this is because it is that very network that acts as the brain's magical back-end software. It's your brain's creative workshop. When you decide to stare at a wall during a particularly dull math class or sit in boredom and silence, this very network starts connecting seemingly unrelated dots to form brand new and creative ideas. Boredom is the ultimate loading screen of your next big idea. Let me say it again. Boredom is the ultimate loading screen of your next big idea. But when you choose to pull out your phone, you are depicting that creative genius and giving the microphone to a screaming toddler. So, the next time you see a friend or a colleague saying, oh, I'm already on my phone to rest, just winding down, I'm only resting. I
I
advise
advise
all
all
of
of
you
you
to
to
let
let
them
them
know
know
that
that
they
they
aren't
aren't
just
just
listening,
listening,
but
but
that they
they
are
are
indeed
indeed
learning.
learning.
The
The
greatest
greatest
thinkers
thinkers
in
in
history
history
understood
understood
this.
this.
Let's
Let's
take
take
Jane
Jane
Goodall, for
Goodall, for
example,
example,
the
the
world-renowned
world-renowned
author.
author.
She
She
was
was
trapped
trapped
on
on
a
a
delayed
delayed
and
and
silent
silent
train
train
for
for
4 hours.
4 hours.
For
For
the
the
silence,
silence,
her
her
mind
mind
dived
dived
inward,
inward,
and
and
the
the
image
image
of
of
a
a
young
young
wizard
wizard
fell
fell
into
into
her
her
head.
head.
Now,
Now,
imagine
imagine
if
if
J.K.
J.K.
Rowling
Rowling
had
had
a
a
smartphone
smartphone
with
with
her.
her.
Imagine if
Imagine
she
she
spent
spent
those
those
precious
precious
hours
hours
scrolling
scrolling
away
away
on
on
TikTok.
TikTok.
Harry
Harry
Potter
Potter
would
would
have
have
been
been
wiped
wiped
out
out
by
by
a
a
blast
blast
of
of
digital
digital
dopamine.
dopamine.
Think
Think
about
about
that.
that.
Millions
Millions
of
of
childhoods
childhoods
altered.
altered.
No
No
late
late
night
night
book
book
releases,
releases,
no
no
movie
movie
marathons,
marathons,
no
no
shared
shared
universe
universe
that
that
taught
taught
children
children
how
how
to
to
love
love
reading.
reading.
An
An
entire
entire
piece
piece
of
of
global
global
culture
culture
gone,
gone,
all
all
because
because
someone
someone
was
was
far
far
too
too
distracted
distracted
to
to
wonder
wonder
why.
why.
Sir
Sir
Isaac
Isaac
Newton
Newton
didn't discover gravity by reading an academic textbook. No, he discovered it by sitting idly
literally
under
under
an
an
apple
apple
tree.
tree.
Similarly
Similarly
to J.K.
to
Rowling,
Rowling,
imagine
imagine
if
if
Isaac
Isaac
Newton
Newton
had
had
a
a
Game
Game
Boy
Boy
with
with
him.
him.
The
The
apple would
apple
have
would have
just
just
stayed
stayed
his
his
head.
head.
He
He
would
would
have
have
altered
altered
ignorance
ignorance
and
and
gone
gone
right
right
back
back
to
to
playing
playing
his
his
favorite
favorite
game.
game.
The
The
entire
entire
trajectory
trajectory
of
of
human
human
science
science
altered,
altered,
all
all
because
because
someone
someone
was
was
too
too
distracted
distracted
to
to
wonder
wonder
why.
why.
To
To
sum
sum
up
up
my
my
message,
message,
I would
I
like
would
to
like to
tell
tell
all
all
of
of
you
you
something.
something.
There is a
There is a
vault
vault
inside
inside
each
each
and every one
one
of
of
your
your
houses.
houses.
Inside
Inside
this
this
vault
vault
contains
contains
a
a
genius
genius
strategist
strategist
that can
to
solve
solve
all
all
of
of
your
your
problems,
problems,
heal
heal
all
all
your
your
stress,
stress,
and
and
generate
generate
you
you
multi-million
multi-million
dollar
dollar
ideas.
ideas.
But the
The
only
only
catch,
catch,
you
you
have to
have to
sit
sit
in
in
absolute
absolute
silence
stillness
for
for
at
at
least
least
10
10
minutes a
minutes a
day
day
to
to
have
have
access
access
to
to
that
that
strategist.
strategist.
If you
If you
ask
ask me,
me, that
that
sounds
sounds
like
like
an
an
absolute
absolute
steal.
steal.
What if I
What if
told
I told
you
you
that that
that
vault
vault
is
is
your
your
brain
brain?
and it is
It's
currently
currently
jammed
jammed
shut right
right
now
now
because we
we
keep
keep
stuffing
stuffing
it
it
full of
full of
digital
digital
trash?
trash.
So,
So,
the
the
next
next
time
time
you're
you're
studying
studying
online
online
or
or
waiting
waiting
for
for
that
that
one
one
friend,
friend,
always
always
seems
seems
to
to
be
be
5 minutes
5 minutes
away,
away,
and
and
that's
that's
which
which
boredom
boredom
creeps
creeps
in.
in.
Don't
Don't
reach
reach
in
in
for
for
your
your
pocket.
pocket.
Protect
Protect
that
that
space.
space.
Because
Because
it
it
is
is in
those
those
exact,
exact,
awkward,
awkward,
and
and
gloriously
gloriously
boring
boring
moments
moments
that
that
you
you
may
may
just
just
experience
experience
your
your
next
next
big
big
breakthrough.
breakthrough.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Now you can't say you're bored anymore. So you make good use of the boredom. Alright, how many of you are going to try that? 10 minutes every day, make a difference in your life, in your space, in your work, all around the world. Just 10 minutes to make a great difference. Well, we're moving on this time to someone very fantastic. One of us, Bean, known as Bean. What? His name is Caleb Awolowo, a student, a graduate, a young man. He already does electric, 18, 2018, and he's back. So let's know what he's been up to. Let's welcome a round of applause. Vinny!
Hello, what's good with y'all? Good morning. How you doing? I hope you've been enjoying what you've been hearing so far, because I know I have. So my name is Vinny, or I go by Vinny professionally. Y'all might know me as Caleb, because I used to go to school here. I used to sit where all y'all were sitting right now, and now I'm standing up here in that magical turn of events in it. I take too much of your time just spilling about myself, which I'll do a little after. I'm starting by performing one of my own songs that I put out with my homegirl Fitness out of Mexico.
I'm really humble when you're happy. Humble like I respect me. But it's all like a parent like my God hands for me that you see. It's all about me. The promise of empire will stand. That's all I have to see. Those stories I told. Those stories I told. Now the real was talking good to war. And I was thinking of why this was wrong. See, when I first my news though. Slave to the rules though. And they were love. Slave to the warriors that won't jump. All that said, I done been a leader in the past, now I hold on. Try to understand that this is my home. Religious and system, I see that.
Now, if you hear me say yo real quick, can I say yo? Nah, I just gotta check if y'all are awake. Like I said, I was a student here before. When I sit in the back, I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes I might be thinking, I gotta check if y'all with me, right? Yo. Okay, don't see no way. Like I said before, my name is Vinny. I go by that professionally. Thanks by Vinny. I am a producer as well. I said go by Dave on a very regular thing, and I don't as much. I am a producer and an artist. I'm a graduate of Brock University out in St. Catharines. I gotta say the full name. St. Catharines, Niagara region, out in South Canada. And over the last 2 years, I've done everything from being an audio engineer to stage at some of the biggest concerts that y'all probably know about. For instance, how many of y'all here is a fan of, let's say, Kendrick Lamar? A few of y'all, I see a few hands, y'all ain't even sure you're like that yet. You're still growing up, you're not sure yet. But Kendrick Lamar is somebody that I have worked for in the behind the scenes during this. During our like us tour, MGN tour, and everything like that, I was a back. So when you were seeing the beef, Kendrick Dre going on the internet, I was living in the city at the time and seeing what was actually going on around the city. So today, more or less, without taking your time, I kind of wanted to talk to you about what it's like being creative. Because I've seen a few of y'all talk, and the only thing that be up here, from what I've noticed and my own experience, is creativity. What can you think of when you're on your own to be able to bring to the people when everyone's together? And that's what my journey has taken me so far. So like I said, what I do, here you can see this is a studio I used to work out of back in St. Kitts. I own my own studio where I produce for various artists, for myself, a few internationals here and there. I audio engineered for a few festivals, including the Jazz Festival 2023, I want to say. I can't lie. Memory's a little foggy when I've done a little bit now. And I'm not trying to sound like I'm to my own or nothing like that. I'm pretty sure that's somewhere that each and every one of you is going eventually, or sooner than later for most of y'all, from what I've seen. So this part, I kind of wanted to get a little bit more interactive. Make sure that y'all are still awake and with me, show you exactly what I mean when I say I produce and I'm an artist. For instance, if you could click any of those and just play them for a little bit for me, that'd be really cool. Is that possible? Yes, sir. Mr. Shield, can we click one of the little tracks to play them out? Is that possible? No? So today I want to show y'all a little more what I do. You heard my songs. I made the beat. I mixed it. I mastered it. Promoted it. Put everything out there. And I was going to show you a little more because, like I said, I've noticed a lot of y'all have musical talents out here. I know there's a choir. I know there's a band that plays. Because funny enough, I used to be part of the choir here, and we did do a few competitions here and there. But basketball is more or less what I was known for when I was here. That they continue playing for a while. So if you can take me to the next slide, please. On the next slide is a little bit of the timeline of, again, myself. See, I'm here talking about myself, and I can't lie, as I am, I would much rather be talking about anyone else. Here we are. So back in 2018, I was probably one of the last times I've seen some of the faces around here. So I'm more than happy to be back here seeing you guys again. A little bit after that, I left Canada, where I was in advanced placement high school, where I did, for about a year before I moved to university from the west coast to the east coast of the country. So I've basically been around Canada for a little bit for the last 2 years. During which I was more into art. I was an athlete, basketball, volleyball, track and field. More recently MMA, but y'all know what happens when you do too many sports and you end up not being able to play as long anymore. Don't let age catch up to you. I'll tell you all that for free. I ain't gonna lie. From being an artist, I moved on to being a musician. Take that into my own little academic learning while I was in university, computer programming and web development, along with interactive arts and science, didn't exactly keep me all that entertained. For the most part, during everything, I realized my talents could easily be used more in my actual degree. So I did do that. I started painting in studios, I started performing in different places. I started getting my work beyond what was just given to me. I was handed a degree of passion in what I could do in university. I took that to be what I wanted to do, which was the parts of my life that I know that I definitely can make a little different and give a little bit of a mix to the whole Nigerian mindset of you have to go to school or university to become specific. Because when I went to university, it was a stream of knowledge that I got. I got all types of people from all around the world. I got to learn different things from different people, including the most random skills like cooking. I really did enjoy it. And some of the talk of everything after that led me further and further down producing for a variety of people that I don't know if y'all would know, but a lot of rappers and the people I came with. Either, I think that's my time because otherwise I'm gonna talk y'all ear off for real, and I really do hope y'all been enjoying what I've been saying so far. Thank you so much. Before I go, y'all been great. Thank you.
Thank you for that. That's got to be the house next. Okay, let's catch the music. Yo, okay. Moving on with the halfway. We have a fantastic speaker coming up. This is Africa. She just graduated. He's very blessed that graduated. Let's welcome Alexia, our host.
My name is Alexia Pusa, and I'm here to give a talk on the reality of teenagers. Why young people are under pressure more than ever. They say being young is the easiest time of your life, but we all know that's a lie. Today I speak not just for myself, but for millions of teenagers who wake up every day carrying
We
just every direction at once. So outside and at home, you have also sometimes almost about having special. Parents always do the best. We better see so we grew home and go. If I'm not mistakes like lessons, reflect proof. Disappointing, there was then in school. The place that's meant to teach us how to grow became a battlefield. Grades, exams, scores, university applications, and social stats. And the one that stayed with us our whole life is bullying, which didn't stop even when the bell rings. We had asking carrying pressure backpacks, and everyone assumes they're fine. Then there's the drugs in our pockets. Social media, where everyone is judged instantly. We're told to be but get punished by something called cancelled culture or we fail to fit in trends. When your worth is measured by likes, you might think, at least I really get down like that. Well, think again. Because society small, online bullying, and then it grew into harassment and blackmail. After it become business, and we as believe the voice, you are not enough. Parents say it's just online, but for us, it's still part of real life. It's a world that never sleeps, never forgets, and would never let us escape. Somehow, there's still a world outside of our home, schools, and screens. We grow up knowing all experiencing instability, war, class, social support, and lives destroyed. And that's myself. I'm from the Bangladesh, and I've seen so many of my friends leave the country for studies and universities where families stay behind. They leave carrying fear, guilt, helplessness, while cost of living and tuition rises. We're watching the people we love struggle in silence and feeling like our success is the only thing keeping them afloat. And on top of all this, our minds and bodies are constantly changing. Hormones shift, emotions change, brains rewire, and identities form. One day we can be strong, confident, but the next we can feel lost or please stop being dramatic. Why are you overreacting? Why way too quickly? One time, oh, sorry. And our families divorce, we become the caretakers, the protectors, the strong ones. And us, are you breaking apart? Instead, you get two birthdays, two Christmases, two sisters, then two wives. Once, sorry. We are the generation that's told to be strong, but never given permission to be human. When we cry, no one notices. When we fail, no one talks about it. But we are strong. Teenagers are not weak. We're not dramatic. We're not failing. We need your support. We need you and us to listen without judging. We need the world that matches with compassion, not likes, grades, rankings, or achievements. If you look at teenagers or carefree children who don't have any idea of the real world, that aren't strong enough, that don't understand it, just look back at how much they've gone through, especially this generation. For strength shouldn't be our only option. We deserve to be seen, to be understood, to be heard. We deserve to be, and we deserve the world that will finally let us. Thank you.
Well done, Allegra. That was really awesome. King Diva, she's prepared for the round of applause for her. She's had a and I'm not that I am making up that this is going to inspire. Move on. We're going to have a beautiful pace. Okay, you have to adjust something.
Next we have the spoken
Spoken
word
word
from
from
Lauren, Luigi,
Luigi
and
and
Tia Saba.
Saba.
Two
Two
minutes,
minutes,
one
one
minute. Round of applause to
applause to
them.
them.
My name is Tia Saba. My name is Lauren Luigi. My
My
name
name
is
is
Tia Saba.
Sakapa.
My
My
name
name
is
is
Lauren
Lauren
Luigi.
Luigi.
Two
Two
faces,
faces,
one
one
name.
name.
In
In
public,
public,
I'm
I'm
confident,
confident,
I'm
I'm
outgoing,
confident,
I'm
I'm
loud,
loud,
I'm
I'm
brave.
brave.
But
But
alone,
alone,
I'm
I'm
quiet,
quiet,
I'm
I'm
hesitant,
hesitant,
I'm
I'm
shy,
shy,
I'm unsure. I
I
laugh,
laugh,
I
I
smile,
smile,
I pretend it's
everything is
easy.
easy.
I
I
sigh,
sigh,
I think. I
I
question
question
everything's
everything
mindset.
mindset.
I
I
laugh
laugh
when
when
no
no
one
one
plans.
plans.
I
I
smile
smile
when
when
everyone
everyone
is
is
joyful.
joyful.
Because
Because
shy makes
silence
me feel
feels
empty. Because
because
inside,
inside
I
I
feel
feel
small.
small.
I think loudly and clearly.
Clearly,
I
I
walk
walk
with
with
purpose.
purpose.
So
So
no
no
one
one
notices
notices
my
my
fear.
fear.
No one
No one
sees
sees
me
me
crumble.
crumble.
I
No
am
one sees
self
my
assured.
sword.
I
I
am
am
beautiful.
beautiful.
But
But
inside,
inside
I
I
wonder,
wonder,
am
am
I
I
enough?
enough?
Am I
Am I
really
really
enough?
enough?
I
I
laugh at
laugh at
every
every
joke,
joke,
even
even
the
the
bad
bad
ones.
ones.
I
I
join
join
every
every
conversation.
conversation.
I
I
nod.
nod,
I
I
shine
shine.
because
Because
I'm
I'm
afraid
afraid
of
of
being
being
left
left
out.
out.
Because silence
Silence
terrifies
terrifies
me
me
at
a
first.
lot.
I
I
break
break
my
my
hand
hand
first.
first.
I
I
answer
answer
every
every
question.
question.
I
I
think
think
with
with
certainty,
certainty.
like
Like
I
I
always
always
know the
know the
answer.
answer.
Inside,
Inside,
I
I
second
second guess
guess every
every
word.
word.
I
I
wonder
wonder
if
if
they
they
notice
notice
how
how
sure
shy
I
I
really
really
am.
am.
I
I
smile
smile
at
at
every
every
greeting.
greeting.
I pretend everything
Everything
is
is
fine.
fine.
I
I
nod
nod
and
and
agree,
agree.
even when I
When I
disagree.
disagree.
But I
I
tell
tell
them
them
everything
everything
I
I
feel,
feel.
but I
I
follow
follow
my
my
words
words
again
again
and
and
again.
again.
I
I
respond
respond
immediately.
immediately.
Even
Even
conversation
conversation
light.
lights.
I
I
send
send
jokes,
jokes,
emojis,
emojis,
laughter,
laughter.
but I
I
ignore the
ignore the
silence
silence
as
as
a
a
message.
message.
I
I
repeat my
repeat
words
my words
again and
again and
again,
again.
wondering if people are enough. Wondering if
Wondering
I was too much
much
or
or
too
too
little.
little.
I
I
walk in
walk in
public like
public
I
I
belong.
belong.
I
I
hold
hold
my
my
head
head
high.
high.
I
I
am
am
beautiful.
beautiful.
I
I
am
am
strong.
strong.
But
But
alone,
alone,
I want
what's my
perfection.
passion?
I
I
question
question
my
my
body,
body.
my voice, my work. I wonder if anyone would love the person behind the mask. I have to be this way because no one has a quiet role. If I talk smiling,
Smiling.
everyone
Everyone
will
will
notice.
notice.
Then what needs to be strong, charming, desirable? I thought that must be anything or anyone different. What about
When
when I
I
want to
want
be
to be
quiet?
quiet.
You never leave before I clean up. I'm tired of pretending. I'm tired of being put down and suffocated.
Suffocated.
I'm
I'm
okay.
okay. Tired.
I'm
I'm
okay.
okay.
Listen,
Listen.
I'm
You
okay.
will not.
What's myself pretending? What
What
is
is
wrong?
both of us?
What
What
is
is
being
being
real?
real?
Didn't
Didn't
make me
feel
left
left
out.
out.
I learned to be this way because I was afraid. The mask
It's
wasn't a
just a
lie.
lie.
It
It's
was a
just
disguise.
disguise.
It kept me safe. It kept me relevant. But being quiet does
Does
not
not
mean
mean
being
being
an
an
outcast.
outcast.
I
I
was
will
not
not
broken, just out. I deserve to exist even when I don't look
be
perfect.
perfect.
And I'm
I'm
not the
not the
one
one
who
who
speaks
speaks
up. I'm
up.
the
I'm
one who
going to
listens
listen
in
in
silence.
silence.
I'm not loud and soft, confident and assured, seeing
Still
and living.
believing.
Two
This
faces,
is
one
one
word, one
somebody
meaning.
new.
I don't need to be louder to be worthy. I was always enough,
You
even in
in
the
the
quiet.
quiet.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Two faces.
One day. Well done. Round of applause for them. Clap it.
That one, we're inviting someone very special and dear to us.
Next
This
is
Avi-Cenna. Topic is really very interesting. This is her first appearance of TEDx, and we're hoping that she's going to do many more. Okay, so we'll give her a round of applause as she comes on stage.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to ask you a simple question. When was the last time you truly understood something? Not memorized it, not passed the test in it, but truly understood it. My name is Nkemi Ejene. I am an educator, and that means that I research and experience everything teaching and learning. One of my most recent investigations led me to an uncomfortable truth, which is students have not been learning. Let me paint a picture for you of how students like you learn. You go to school, you sit in classes, your teachers explain, you take notes, you complete tasks, you go home. You write it all out in night before the exam. You walk in, you write it all down, you walk out. Guess what? 2 weeks later, here is what you've been doing. You've been learning to know, learning to simply pass the test. You've been learning to impress yourself, your teachers, your friends, your parents. You have truly been learning, because true learning goes beyond having chunks of information just to serve a particular purpose. I used to think having good access to information in terms of volume and relevance was all there is to learn. But then, information is everywhere. Yet, students are seen to be learning less day by day. Then I realized that the problem is not access to information. No, the problem is knowing how to learn. What does it really mean to learn? It's about having an experience that stays with you, even after you come in contact with the content and concept. But I also realized something else. Students have their own understanding of learning, several misconceptions that actually shape your mind when it comes to learning. The first misconception is that cramming equals learning. Here's how that play out. The night before the exam, you can hold your notes, you cram it all. Somehow, you go into the exam hall and you pass. That information will only stay with you for a short while because it is in your short-term memory. That's not learning. The second misconception is that students believe that copying without comprehension is actually learning. Here's how that will play out. You write every word your teacher has written on the board. No question marks, no comprehension, no understanding of content. You just write. What you have succeeded in doing is developing your writing skills. You are not learning. That's not learning. A third misconception is that all my answers must be correct during the learning process. The problem with that is you get a very high score on a task. 2 weeks later, a new topic is introduced. Somehow you always have to make reference to the previous topic to help you understand the new one. You're asked a question. I can't remember.
What that high score has shown is that you were able to
Able to
navigate
navigate
the
the
situation
situation
then,
then,
but there
but
was
there
no
was no
system
system
in
in
place
place
to
to
help
help
you
you
further
further
navigate
navigate
that
that
same
same
situation
situation
the next
next
time
time
you
you
encounter
encounter
it.
it.
That's
That's
not
not
learning.
learning.
The
A
fourth
fourth
misconception
misconception
is
is
that
that
your
your
teachers
teachers
are
are
demigods.
demigods.
A
The
question
question
is
is
asked.
asked.
We often
Often
hear
hear
students
students
say,
say,
that's
that's
the
the
best I
best I
can
can
do.
do.
I can't do
Can't do
more
more
than
than
this.
this.
So
So
you
you
let
let
the
the
teacher
teacher
be
be
the
the
one
one
solving
solving
the
the
problems,
problems,
answering the
answering
questions,
questions.
and
And
the
the
only
only
thing you
thing you
get
get
to
to
ask
ask
is,
is
that the
that the
answer?
answer?
Should I
Should I
write
write
it?
it?
What you
What you
have
have
just
just
shown
shown
is that you
that you
were
were
part
part
of
of
copying the
copying the
answer.
answer.
You were
You were
not
not
part of
part
the
of the
process
process
that
that
gave
gave
birth to
birth to
that
that
answer.
answer.
That's
That's
not
not
learning.
learning.
Of course,
Called
the
the
fifth
fifth misconception
misconception is
is
that
that
students
students
believe
believe
that
that
learning
learning
means
means
everything
everything
I
I
know.
know.
But
But
truly,
truly,
you don't
you
have
don't
to
have to
know
know
everything,
everything,
especially
especially
during
during
the
the
learning
learning
process.
process.
A learning
Learning
process
process
simply
simply
means
means
you know
you know
some
some
and
and
you don't
you
know
know
some.
some.
But
But
here is
here is
what
what
usually happens. You're given a
the
task.
task.
You get 10 people to complete
All
the
the
task for
task for
you.
you.
And that is
This is
because
because
somewhere you have come to believe that for me to
me to
show
show
that I
that
am
I am
truly
truly
learning,
learning,
or
or
for me to
to
show that
show
I
that I
am
am
smart,
smart,
all
all
my
my
answers
answers
always
always
have
have
to
to
be
be
correct.
correct.
You
You
have
have
just
just
succeeded in
succeeded in
doing
doing
one
one
thing,
thing,
and
eliminating
eliminating the
the
beautiful
beautiful
moment
moment
of
of
not
not
knowing.
knowing.
You
You
don't
don't
always
always
have to
have to
know
know
it
it
all.
all.
If students have
Students have
not
not
been
been
learning,
learning.
how
How
do we
do we
wait
wish
for
to
the time to
to
ensure
ensure
that
that
learning is
learning
taking
takes
place?
place?
There are
There are
several
several
perspective shifts we
issues
have
to
to make
make
as
as
students.
students.
Number
Number
one,
one,
you
you
need to
need to
study to
study to
discover
discover,
and not to
not to
hold.
hold.
When I say
That's
you need to
the
hold
information.
information, that's simply cramming. You cram it all. Like I said earlier, that information will
Information will
only
only
stay
stay
with you for a
with you
short
for a
while.
while.
Then it
It
disappears.
disappears.
What
What
you
you
need
need
to
to
do
do
is
is
study
study
to
to
discover.
discover.
When you're
When you
studying
study
to
to
discover,
discover,
you're
you're
asking
asking
questions.
questions.
It
It
is
is
all
all
about
about the
questions.
questions.
When
When
you
you
study
study
to
to
discover,
discover,
you're
you're
not
not
rewriting
rewriting
the
the
content
content
of
of
your
your
notes
notes
because
because
that's
that's
what
what
you
you
simply
simply
do.
do.
You're
You're
not
not
even
even
summarizing
summarizing
the
the
content
content
of
of
your
your
notes.
notes.
It's
It's
not
not
about
about
that.
that.
It's
It's
about
about
being
being
critical,
critical,
asking
asking
critical
critical
questions.
questions.
A
The
second
second
thing you
thing
need
you
to
need to
learn
learn
to
to
do
do
is
is
you need to learn to embrace the struggle. Don't skip it. Like I said,
said.
it's
It's
not
not
about
about
getting it right all the time. The real goal here is not to get it right all the time, especially during the learning process.
process.
No.
No.
The
The
goal
goal
is
is
for
for
you to
you to
take what
what
you
you
already
already
know
know
to
to
help
help
inform
inform
what
what
you
you
don't know.
don't know.
The
The
little
little
problem
problem
here
here
is
is
that
that
our
our
students
students
always
always
like
like
to
to
appear
appear
as
as
experts.
experts.
I
I
know
know
it.
it.
The third misconception,
Misconception.
or the third perspective shift,
Shift,
pardon
pardon
me,
me,
is
is
you
you
need
need
to learn to
to
ask the
ask the
right
right
questions.
questions.
You can
You
never
never
get
get
enough
enough
of
of
asking
asking
questions.
questions.
It's
It's
a
a
generation
generation
where
where
we
we
need
need
to
to
ask
ask
questions.
questions.
It's not
It's not
about what
about
you
what you
know,
know.
it's
It's
about
about
what you
what you
can
can
do
do
with
with
what
what
you
you know.
know. And
And
that
that
should
is
stem
them
from asking
asking
questions.
questions.
The
The
common
common
question
question
we're
we're
all
all
used
used
to
to
is
is
what?
what?
What is
What is
that,
that,
ma'am?
ma'am?
What
What
is
is
that,
that,
sir?
sir?
What is the answer? Should I write it? You need to shift from what
What?
to why and
And
how.
how?
Have you ever asked, why is that the answer?
Answer.
How does
How
this
does this
connect to
connect to
what
what
I
I
already
already
know?
know?
the type of question every student in this room should start asking. A fourth perspective shift, and an important one, is how this go from the space of grade, high score, to growth. What do we know about students? When the score or the grade is not what they expect, they pause the script. Throw it in the bin. Now we're moving. We move from grade, high score. Let's move to the growth mindset, where rather than tossing the script, you evaluate it. Evaluation means you are judging, you're probing, you're asking questions. What are the things I got right? Now, what are the strategies that help me get them right? How do I create a system based on that strategy to ensure that I always get them right? Now, for those ones who did not get right, what are the things I did not do well? What different strategy could I adopt to ensure that I get them right next time? Not knowing how to learn up to now is not your fault, but it is now your responsibility. And that's because you know now. Tomorrow, the question is not going to be, what do you know? Information is everywhere. The question would be, how fast can you learn? Knowing how to learn. Thank you.
Thank you. That is especially for students knowing how to learn. Okay, so it's not give me the answer. No, it's going to know how to do it better. Thank you so much. We have two more. This is a final speaker.
Another graduate from 2023 set, Sarah Cherry. Round of applause for her. Fantastic. Those are your aspects. Are you ready? Round of applause for her. Fantastic.
About 3 years ago, I met a very lovely woman. Her name is Maya.
Mike and I met at a club where both of us were surrounded by older, richer men. Now, I know what everyone's thinking, so please hold on to the close thoughts because the context of how Maya and I met and the people who were surrounded by us is going to make so much more sense if I continue to talk. Maya and I ended up dancing. We're talking about everything and anything. And honestly, if you've ever tried to have a conversation in a club, you're the one that's kind of saying a lot. At the end of the night, we exchanged Instagrams, and about a week later, we met for coffee. And at some point during that conversation, Maya and I were trying to figure out what it was about each other that made us click so fast. We couldn't quite wrap our fingers around it. And then we did. Maya and I both grew up with absent fathers. And that shared thing has turned us into such similar women, interesting, very switched on, very self-aware, and very hard to crack. But neither of us have really sat down and tried to connect those dots. We're just who we were, and we just kept on moving. I get so sad. I get so sad every day of my life. And when I figured, I came across an article that was titled "The Slow Burn of Absent Fathers." I read it. And it was like someone had a mirror in front of me, and that mirror was telling me, yes, Sarah, this is why you do this. This is where this came from, and that was what that was about. It wasn't asking me to feel sorry for myself. It wasn't giving me excuses. It wasn't a pity story. What it was doing was, it was making me very self-aware. It was giving me language for things I had been living with without ever being able to name. I said to Maya, we went through it together, and something between the both of us genuinely started to shift. Now, remember I said we went to a club where we were surrounded by virtual women? Here's the thing. Think about any club. any room where you see younger women gravitating towards older men with money and presents, if you ask those women about their fathers, I bet you 70 to 80% of them will give you the exact same answer. And it's not a coincidence. It's not. It's a pattern hidden in plain sight. Because when you grow up without a father, you spend years looking for something you never got to keep. The first man who was supposed to look at you and say you're enough, that you're worthy of staying, he was not around, or he left in a way that makes some quiet part of you wonder whether you had anything to do with it, or he was around in a way that simply confused you. So when male validation shows up later on in life, it's not just feel good, it feels proof. Like what you're chasing is not really attention, it's proof. It's proof that a man can look at you and decide to stay. But that craving does not look the same in every woman. Some become magnetic, always need someone close by who thinks they're wonderful. Some make themselves endlessly useful to men who tie their worth to what they can offer through favor and being just love. Some believe themselves completely untouchable because they need someone to like a risk they cannot take. Then we have the transactional relationship piece of it. The part of it which I think is the most honest and least tough part of it. When you're chasing validation, you end up cycling through multiple relationships. They're not really built on genuine connection. They're built on what each person has to offer, or what you're getting out of it, or the gap is being temporarily covered. And it's not that these women do not want real love. It's that real love requires a kind of trust they were never taught to build. Real love requires a kind of stillness and security they were never taught to have. So they keep moving. Because moving often feels safer than staying and finding out someone's going to leave anyway. And none of that is character for us. You have entire comment sections of men on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok telling men, stay away from girls who grow up without fathers. They'll sleep around. They'll not teach you up. There's too much. What you're doing is simply taking the wound someone gave her before she was old enough to have any say in it and turning it into dismiss her. Maya and I still talk. We still send each other TikToks, Instagrams. Things that make me say, oh, this is why I did that. And when that happens, something becomes a little bit sharper. Not clear, not resolved, just sharper. And I think that is the most honest version of what understanding yourself actually is. Thank you.
Kick myself.
Really awesome.
That's terrible. I forgot my
I want
toilet.
us to use this opportunity to say happy Father's Day. Okay, so even the dad decided to say happy Father's Day. That is special. That is awesome. We're going to wrap up with another performance, a special one. Someone that has performed in several world stages, won several competitions, won one, and let's welcome Ashna. Yay! Thank you so much. On behalf of the annual second edition of TEDx, I want to say thank you to all of you for being a part of it, a part of history, and for making the second edition. Say thank you. So I want to thank you to management for your support. I want to say thank you to the curator, Mr. Moju, she's been awesome working with all the students. And the team that put this together is my young admin team, is a labor and a team. I want to say a big thank you. And to the teachers that supported, and also to the speakers. The time was quite short, and we were able to put this together in 2 weeks. We said, well done. Now we're looking forward to a time where we don't have to wait a long time to put up something like this. If we wanted time, events are going to be every month. Okay, but I'm sure that because we do a lot of talks, a lot of presentations, and we don't have to prepare for a long time for this. It should just be a part of us, become a pattern. That any student, this stage is for every student, every boy, every girl. And we have to bring everyone here, the students, to watch and be a part of it. So when we tell them that yes, you can be on TEDx, it's not anything big. Because I know that a lot of them can actually go on the stage. So this stage is for you, it's for the teachers, it's for the parents, it's for all of us. So for the next TEDx, we look forward to having many more people on the stage. We usually have a period of 1 hour, 30 minutes to do this. As many speakers as possible. Every moment can be actually treated. So on behalf of my friends, thank you to everyone that has been part of it. Thank you for coming and have a lovely day remaining part of the case. Thank you. So this is what Thank you. So while we're taking a photograph, I want to say that for the parents that are here, they will text me, send an email, just a survey to get feedback on how the program went. And we need feedback for planning and to make it better for the next edition. Okay, so you get a mail from us, from TEDx, not from me. Yeah, so please kindly respond and do us that. Okay, after our parents, you have a chance to take pictures.
Someone take picture.
Sarah, hold on. So I'm going to ask you questions about your experience so far. So, few questions. So let's come to this. Okay. Can I just so I know you're a one-time Abisina student,
Yeah, it was.
and it was so nice seeing you back in
Thank you for
Abisina.
having
How
me.
does it feel coming back? And not just coming back to check up on everybody, but coming back to have a talk on TEDx.
Well, it's very wonderful. It's a big privilege to say you've given it to talk. It's been welcoming. I miss all the teachers, familiar faces as well. Overall, it was a really wonderful experience, and thank you, Avi-Cenna, for having me. It was a wonderful time.
Thank you so much.
Thank
So
you.
we really appreciate your talk. Your speech was so awesome.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
I
it was
forgot a
so.
couple of lines, but
It doesn't
yeah,
matter, but no one can tell that you feel time.
really.
At the end of the day, look as if we have a kind of transition into the next time.
Right, right.
Just putting into it. So, how long did it take you to kind of prepare yourself for
Oh, I
this?
had like 5 days. Yeah, that's actually my last minute. So yeah, yeah, yeah,
Thank you so
yeah.
much.
No problem. Thank you.
Daniel, please come. All right. So, I just bring this to you. You understand? So I'm gonna have you ask you a few questions. You understand? So, and the first question, I know this is the second time having said this to you, and so how do you feel having come back to have another talk again?
Well, first, I'm very grateful for giving me an opportunity to do it like first time, and I'm very happy because I got to do it the first time. Also, I feel very, very excited because doing it twice, I feel very, very nice. It's a good thing.
So, how long did it take you to prepare your speech?
My speech actually, we were meant to do this in October. So basically, I already got my speech prepared in October. Then we then called me back and they said like they called me back 1 month ago. They told me they were doing it now because I thought I got cancelled, but then they told me like 1 month ago we're doing it now.
Thank you so much, Daniel. It's so good to have you back on schedule,
Thanks.
and I hope the next time we will have a presentation is going to be mind blowing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
No, Mr. GK, please come. Yes, sir. No, none of them are his. Come. All right. So, okay, so we have Mr. Jikeme here. She's one of our teachers here in Abyssinia, and not just a teacher, she's a seasoned English teacher here in Abyssinia. And I could say I think your subject has produced up to like more than we have the first Ilian Odoa who got
Bridge
the
outstanding,
yes
Cambridge
exactly,
outstanding.
and we have
So,
princess.
yes.
So how do you feel about the success of these children and coming to TEDx to tell us about everything about the experience, about the teaching, and every other thing?
Words cannot express how we feel. For me, it's always exploring every possibility. So one of the possibilities was like I mentioned, the success of students, and in fact, I am so grateful to God and I'm proud of it. That's all I can say really. Then, for me, like I said, it's all about the boundaries. So TEDx is one of the boundaries I've always wanted to push, and in fact, I am happy I achieved it. Really. I know I was nervous at first, but I'm human after all. Okay. But I'm just happy that I now have a platform to share my professionalism, my
Yeah, yeah.
experience. It means a lot to me, really, because I feel like there's so much about teaching and learning, and the world cannot wait to hear what I have to tell them. So get ready for me. I'm coming.
All right. So we hope to see you by next session of
Of
TEDx,
course.
and it's going to be a good pleasure, a great pleasure to have you come back again on our next session of TEDx.
Of
Thank you so
course.
much, Mr.
Thank you
GK.
so much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
All right. Miriam. So Yeah, let me take a break right now. All right, come over. So, how you doing? And how do you feel after you presenting your speech?
Yeah, I mean, it feels good. It feels
Okay.
good that like I've been able to do, what I've been working on, and I've finally been able to present it well. And I'm just glad that I was able to give people a new insights on board. I hope it won't be this.
So, if I may ask, how long did it take you to prepare your speech and put everything together? And when was the announcement given to you just for you to get prepared for this event?
Okay, so TEDx was announced. I mean, we've done TEDx last year also, so you know that there's gonna be a new edition coming in like every year. So I knew that there was gonna be a TEDx eventually, but I think I was selected maybe around start of this year. I've been told, okay, start preparing. You will be doing a TEDx. The date wasn't really set, so I didn't know when I was going to present. But I really started practicing around like May before our final exams, and then after exams, the week period, we I really practiced a lot.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And you're welcome. Elijah, is she having? So I'm going to have you to interview. Okay.
He's here.
Okay,
I didn't
please.
join him. Not
When it was playing,
yet.
this is on live on YouTube. So,
Okay, right now. Oh,
all right. So, mom is going to stay with you. Do you understand? I'm going to give her my mic so she's going to tell us her experience, your journey, and everything. Mommy, I take it. Okay. So, let me just use this. Okay. Good to have you. And we heard that you once won be a winner for the Eastern music competition. How do you feel? How was the experience?
I feel it was a very good experience,
Okay.
and it was a very good opportunity. It was one of my first music. It's my first music competition where I played the piano.
Okay, so I also realized that mom has been the major
Yes.
sponsor,
Yes.
or should I say, the major, how will I put it, major backbone of you coming up with things, pianos and everything, and having mom behind you.
It feels amazing. It feels amazing. It feels
When it
amazing.
came to me to, or when you got to know that it's going to be this, and how was your intention concerning it?
for me, being able to push them to become has always been, has always been my first right, right? So when I saw his interest in piano, I was really happy. And then I reached out to the teacher for comment, and I didn't know he had so much talent. So it was something that I was surprised about, and I've been happy so far with this journey, and I'm very thankful.
Thank you so much. Apart from the fact that it is piano, it's very learned and resources for so what's the designer from any of the academics? It's passion and everything like that. How does it feel for you?
It feels it's actually building my future. That's what I feel like. It feels like all of this time will really help me in the future. So no worries about it.
So my last question for mommy. Where do you see Akinyele in the next 5 years?
Wow, that's a huge question. But judging from what is going on now, I see a very bright future. I see a young man who will become so many things because he's full of talent and full of surprises. I'm very sure there's so many things that we have not tapped into yet. Yes, and I'm wishing you all the best. Thank you.
We're so proud of you. We're so proud of every other thing you do. And thank you
Thank
for
you.
supporting me. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yeah, yeah, okay. I hope y'all can hear me good. I'm
Okay.
hearing
So seeing your performance
Yeah.
was mind blowing. Coming back to this was mind blowing.
For me too. After how many years?
Was also mind blowing.
Yeah.
And I went to some on TEDx, and how does it feel for you?
It feels like unbelievable in a weird way. It's like it felt like how I first felt when I first went on stage because I watched since when I was a kid. When I was going to school here, I've been seeing all the things they're doing. I've been seeing different types of talks, and then now for me to actually be on the same type of stage and everything, goosebumps, mind blown. Everything mixed in. It's ecstatic. That's how I'd say it's ecstatic.
And we realized that your music started as I think during school period.
Yeah,
And
I was in choir. I was playing instruments. I still play instruments and stuff to produce music.
do you already know that you're going to go into music, or you're just like let me just be quiet, let me communicate?
I tell you, shit, I wanted to be an NBA player. I wanted to be a basketballer and chef.
Okay.
That's all I ever wanted. But along the way, with how life is going and everything, I eventually switched to music, which I actually even quit like 2, 3 times before I took it even further to where I took it. But nah, I did not expect that to be a musician. But I'm enjoying it. I'm reaping the benefits of it.
Good,
Yeah,
good.
I really
Thank
am.
you. Thank you so much. So, last question.
Okay.
Coming back to Avi-Cenna,
Yeah.
how do you feel?
I feel good. I feel good because like when I left, it was a joyous. I left with joy, and I came back with joy. Crazy
Yeah.
how it is, but from a different perspective of life. I've lived here. I've lived there all over the world. I've performed in different places, and I've met all types of people. So coming back here is like coming back to the roots of where it was, where I was finding myself before I went to find myself outside, basically. It's kind of cool.
It's so nice having you as an
Yeah.
alumni back
Yeah.
to Avi-Cenna
20,
and spending
2016,
your time
you know
so
what I'm saying?
well.
Yeah.
And we are really, as teachers, seeing you students coming to visit us once again is really mind blowing to us. I really
Yeah, it
appreciate
is. I appreciate
your
you guys.
time.
Yeah,
Say thank you to you.
of
And so
course.
thank you so much. And the time you come to Avi-Cenna, I wish by then you will have released up like perhaps.
4, 5,
And we hope to see you performing 20, yeah.
I have
Exactly.
I have
So,
a number out, and I've reached a number of extremes and stuff. But
good. So by
yeah,
that time when you come back, so we hope to see that, oh, you're coming back. And we also hope to see you having still in
yeah,
time to push your videos and everything.
yeah,
So
fun.
it will be nice for the
Yeah,
children to get to see that, oh, we have someone from Abisina
come
who is
back.
doing
Y'all
something like
don't
that.
even know. You might see me sooner than you think. Don't take my word for it, yeah, but you might see me sooner than you think.
Thank you so much.
Of
I
course,
appreciate it.
of course.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So, thank you.
That's right.
All right. The both of you took the video, right? You did the video.
So depending on answers.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, alright. It was so good having you on TEDx. I can remember this didn't just start right now. The presentation that you had today. Really, remember the first presentation you had?
Oh, second time.
Second time. So, what do you think of, or do you even have it in mind that you're going to TEDx to also perform in?
Yes, like I was just the fun is good. You don't get everybody like opinion, like oh what should we change? Like an audience of people and we get very fun moments.
So, alright, how about you?
I think we also perform during assembly so that we can change the mindset that oh, two people can't perform at the same time. But we came on assembly, everybody was very happy with the presentation, including Mr. Fude. I also came to present on TEDx and everybody was in love with it. We just want to work for the opportunity.
So, how do you guys come up with it?
So when we look into our peers, juniors, seniors, adults everywhere, it's like everyone is trying to take specific criteria. No one is like set. So we're like, oh, why doesn't it be confident enough to show that like yourself? Like being quiet is always like, oh, like just like being quiet.
So that's very
Yes, because we all know that it may not be a very big deal, but everybody struggles with identity. Everybody struggles with fitting in, making sure to conform into like standards. But we show that you don't have to be like everybody else. You can be different. You can express yourself however you want. Yes.
How many days do you think it will be there for today?
So Lauren and I are both most of that. So
Yeah.
yeah, like one of we don't want to like to tell what it is, but it didn't really take us that long.
Yeah.
It's like it's not really long per se. Like one line, one line, one line, one line. I think the hardest I to say next. Because
Yeah.
we can't really practice what the person behind us was saying. So really order sometimes you mix it up. You want to know if it's like I think that was like the hardest part of this call.
Sophia and Ren and your business.
Thank you so much.
You like what I said?
Yes. Of course. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So, this one now, right? So, today,
Thank you.
so how does it feel performing at this?
It's
You.
so for me,
Where?
especially when they have tried
The first girl.
gift.
Ah.
So
Oh, yeah.
that is really not easy. So
Okay, Michael, I told
it's
you.
really how I felt.
You release Michael.
But
Irọ́, irọ́. Ẹ̀sà, kò sí ìtí mi. Everything. Kótó kúrò bíbá ẹni mo ti release Michael. But for me, ẹ̀sà, kótó máa kúrò ní Fàdé báyìí mo ti release Michael.
I was like my heart was beating. I could yes. I could feel like I was about to like drop
You
on
know
the
your
floor
people,
literally.
we
When I
keep the
got to
same
that
instruction like
moment,
6 times, they will still
because
do the same.
the story
Yes, I did.
I
Yes,
knew that
let me
I had
tell
to
you
live
this. I'm
back
sorry
to
to say, but I
all
said
the all the
we work
confidence.
with BIS too.
So,
They,
do
I
you
don't know
also
why
have
those ones are
Android
easily
or that
controlled
will
than
be
this one.
Yes.
Sir, when you give them instructions there, yes, sir,
speech?
when you give them instructions there, they follow it. But here, the children now,
If I
ẹ
would
bá ní
be
compromise.
giving them because I have practiced this thing a lot and I know that I hit my lines of top first. So I wasn't really nervous like that. It was fun. It was fun.
Anisha, which music? All right. So, Anisha, we are live on Zoom. Do you understand? So, I'm going to ask you a question. Then, so, last year was awesome. And last year was the first edition of TEDx Avi-Cenna. How does it feel to perform last year before talking about this year?
Like last year at the time, I felt like it did amazing. But now looking back at the video, and I was like, why did I forget the word that I did? Now I'm saying I didn't forget anything. I actually did better than last year. And I see that's the same as in next year when I do. That this why I struggled here, why I lose them. Because next year will be better than this year. And last year felt good to do. This year I'll do better. So now I know how TEDx thing works. Last year I was like, what am I supposed to do?
So, this year for you, having to present, how many days did it take you to put the presentation together?
I actually was quite surprised because right after we have first had SATs. Again, the week after that we had a final exams. The second the final exams finished on like the same Thursday the final exam finished. They came to me after school and was like, "You need to prepare for your TEDx. It's on this text." So then I think it took me 3 4 days for everything, but it took me 2 days to get the whole speech. and it took me like 4 days just to get to that presentation because I knew like different videos, this that for the presentation. And it was hectic, but yes,
So next year you're going to be in BS7.
yes.
We hope to see you for the next 2027. When you're in 7. So thank you so much. Your presentation was so awesome. And how does mom and daddy feel about you
Ọlọ́run ẹ̀sán
going
sọ
out
fún mi
to
sí
TEDx?
ìkókó
Oh, they
yẹn,
feel
àwọn
proud,
àjẹ́ sọ fún wa
very proud.
tẹ́lẹ̀.
You sure?
Ó ti disconnect.
So
Wọ́n
okay,
sọ
so
fún mi
you know,
tẹ́lẹ̀.
mommy, so
Àtọ́
mommy,
ti parí tó
how do
ti
you
ya
feel
fọ́tò
today?
lèmi ti disconnect.
Super proud. And
I don't know, wọ́n sọ fún mi
last
rárá rárá.
year,
Ìṣúná ẹ̀sẹ̀ ń sọ sí.
last year,
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ̀ ṣe.
last year when she was speaking, it was like a beautiful experience for
Yeah.
her.
A
This
ní
is
wọ́n
and next
sọ fún mi rárá
year,
rárá.
next year.
Ọmọ yẹn ṣe tó fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dé
Thank
ni.
you so much
Pé
for
bóyá wà
raising
tẹ́lẹ̀.
a wonderful girl. We really
Kò
appreciate
sórúkọ ẹ̀ nínú
putting her
program kan. Kò
and
sórúkọ ẹ̀
putting
bẹ́ẹ̀
her
kò sí
through
àlàáfíà.
everything. So, Lanisha, this was awesome being on TEDx 2026.
So
I've seen her.
what should we do
Thank
now?
you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
What should we do?
One question I give let me think. I'm going to ask you some couple of questions. So, you are, should I say, a violinist, a musician, a singer, a pianist, a guitarist. In fact, you are everything.
I play six instruments
You play
actually.
six.
Both violin, piano, recorder, harmonium, guitar, and saxophone.
How do you feel like putting all this together?
It's second nature actually. Second nature, like the moment I get my hands on a violin, I already know what to do. Once I get my hands on the guitar, I already know what to do. Once I get my hands on the piano, I already know what to do. It's second nature.
I think you should be like a superhuman. Like a superhuman for that
Nah.
because I can't imagine myself trying to shuffle between a guitar to a piano, and from a piano to a violin, and combining it with voice, and combining it with not talk of art and every other thing. How does it feel merging all those things together?
Imagine everything. So let's see. I do music, my academics, and I have a extra classes. The music is only second nature of mine, and school is just daily day. That's when one go to school, and then do the rest. The rest is just my extra stuff. Like homework is just a few subjects there. But what I do with the rest of my time. So I teach myself music, dance, sports, science, research, anything. Anything I feel like.
So who has been your great supporter
My
to
big
the journey?
sister, my sister,
Your sister
and my mother.
and your brother.
Not that my mother, and my brother.
Your mother. Okay,
Yes.
your mother has been your great supporter.
Yes,
All
my
right.
dad never did everything. My mom she was, and then my sister literally did everything with me.
Of course, of course, of course.
Whether she wanted to or not, she did everything with me.
So you're going to tell your mom, you're going to thank your mom for supporting you.
Yes.
So can you do a shout out to her?
Hi, thank you very much for pushing me for music, for dance, and everything that I do today. Thank you very much again, and thank you to my sister for doing everything with me, and thank you to my dad for funding everything as I go.
Thank you so much, Ashna. Mr. Jim, please come on.
Somebody will say now.
I'm going to ask you some questions.
Oh, I have answers.
Yes. Okay, Sister Jerry, it's so good to have TEDx 2026 and Avi-Cenna,
Yes, second edition.
second edition, which we are still going to 10 edition, 12 edition, 15 edition, by God's grace.
Yeah.
So how does it feel? What are the challenges you faced on the first edition, and what are the things you're able to adjust to the second edition?
Okay, so for the first one, I can say that the transitions in first time, because that was the first one. But this time was much easier with the transitions. Coming on stage, going up, the students know what to do on stage. I can say that this is actually this one is really the first time than the first one.
Yeah. So second edition now, preparing the students. How does it feel trying to juggle around the student, put students together, and selecting students for this event?
I must say that that was really was a lot of work really. For me. Ms. Owoju was in charge. She's the main curator. Was in charge of putting the students together. All right, but in between exams, tests, coming in, coming out, graduation, so many activities in between. It was really like very difficult. Eventually, because the students had passion and they really wanted to participate. Okay, so it was quite easy because of their passion, also they were willing to participate. Opponents was the first thing we worked on, and that was just it. And we were able to get very good tests.
One last question.
Yeah.
Where do you see TEDx Avi-Cenna in the next 5 years?
Okay, so the NFT at Abyssina, we're not looking at having it just once in a year. We're looking at having it once in a term and eventually every other month and eventually every Monday, every segment. Okay, it's a stage for every student. Every student has an opportunity, or every student has an opportunity to be on that stage. So we're looking forward to every student, every teacher, as many parents as possible, students past and present, get it. So we want to have it, bottom line, more frequently. Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jory, for organizing, for putting this together for Avi-Cenna, and really appreciate all the efforts, all the sleepless nights in making sure TEDx Avi-Cenna 2026 is possible, and it's definitely possible because we have come to the end of the event and it has been a success. Thanks so much, man.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, man. You don't present. TEDx. Sorry, you don't finish my career. Okay, so we're live on YouTube.
I am.
We are live on YouTube. All right, so Mr. Wojo, it's nice having you, and it's nice having you to be a curator for TEDx Avi-Cenna 2026. How does it feel?
Well, it feels great to be able to work with children, to be able to bring out the hidden talents in them, to be able to show what possibly no one would have considered was there.
So, in putting these students together and preparing them for this event,
Yes.
how were you able to manage your time, coupled with the fact that you have class works, you have teachers who are online, you have marking, you have teaching to do, and also all the other duties apart from home, and how does it feel merging them together?
Well, that is what we do. We multitask. You had to do a lot of multitasking. Plan my time. Which order comes first? Is it the teacher's work? Is it? So I looked at the timelines and I worked with the timelines and motivating the children. Thank God for teams that we have. I communicated with a lot of them on teams, back and forth. Motivated them really to give their best, and I'm glad it turned out all right.
Thank you so much, man, for this event. Really appreciate you. Hi, Mike. Thank you, man. I need to change this. Yes. You have a problem. It's gonna be fun. Yes. I will get. Yes. I will get. No. Yes. No, I've done for. I think. He didn't present. Mr. Bakari, can I ask you a question? Is you're live on YouTube. You're live on YouTube.
You didn't tell me that I was live on
You're
YouTube.
live on YouTube.
Hey, Jesus Christ.
Okay, Mr. Bakari. Good afternoon.
Hello, Mr.
And
Malalo.
so it's so awesome having another TEDx 2026. So how does it feel putting all this together, sir?
I think Avi-Cenna has always been known to be a trailblazer. We've done it again. We're still going to do it a lot more time. We started, and a lot of people are doing it now, trying to be like us, but they're not us.
So in terms of putting the students, the teachers, putting everybody together, how were you able to manage your time and every other thing?
It's a lot of work. I give credit to the teachers and to everyone. They've really done a lot with the children. Juggling in between lessons, admission. It's a lot of work.
So last question. So where do you see TEDx Avi-Cenna in the next 5 years?
I'm looking at a more global platform. I will see speakers doing one-on-one meets, like one of the last TEDx that came out today. Is everywhere. They was asked to look at Nigeria just display the different places to greater audience. So I see a bigger TEDx Avi-Cenna in
Thank
the
you
next
so
year.
much, sir.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. All right, so we've come to the end of TEDx Avi-Cenna 2026, and it has been a wonderful event. So until next time, bye.